So this year we're celebrating, I think 30 years for us as a business school. Started in 1987 as an idea, and today it's a bit more than just an idea. And this is our first attempt to organize a 3-day conference. So for those who are good at math, 30 years, 3 days means probably in 10 years we'll do a 4-day conference, and in 20 years we'll do a 5-day conference. So save the dates, please. I think Sophie referred to the questions that we're going to be discussing here as kind of questions for society. And she's definitely right. The École des Ponts, besides the credo of constructing the worlds of tomorrow, what they've always said is, we train engineers for society. And at the business school, very naturally, what we try to do is to train business leaders for society. And what I find fascinating, and I think this is kind of the backdrop to this forum, is for the first time that I know of, is that everybody has this feeling that it's now business that is going to be leading the way to the future of society, the future of tomorrow. All of the rapid technological advances that we've seen seems to be like there's going to be big winners. People talk about Google, Apple, Facebook, and all the rest. But that this technology is pushing us forward into a brave new world, and that business is leading while society is trying to catch up, whether it's legislation or governance or just us in our day-to-day lives. And being so dependent on technology, I think many people in the United States will look more towards Elon Musk than Donald Trump to see what the future might look like. And I think Elon wants to take us all to Mars, but we don't have to go that far. But just this whole convergence of business, technology, and innovation is creating like this, what feels like to me is like a vortex that's sucking us into a new kind of era of change. And a lot of people are scared of that. People see uncertain times. It's difficult to see and to predict how this is all going to play out. Other people are just excited about the possibilities that this is going to open. The brave new world means new and brave. So sometimes we have to be brave to make it that. But what I'm really excited about today is the very near future of having 3 incredible days full of content and context that will help us think a little bit more clearly about all of these ideas and all of these potentials for rapid change. Obviously, we're talking about the future, and so nobody has a crystal ball here. So basically, what I think we'll give you is we'll generate much more questions than we'll give you answers, and I'm okay with that. I mean, that's really what we're looking for. If the quality of the questions are good enough, I mean, if it's really good questions. Basically, that's enough to catalyze change, ideas, responses, adapt, allows us to adapt or not to the many challenges that we have ahead. And basically, if we talk about the vortex, this means, do we get sucked into it, do we avoid it, or do we shape it? And hopefully these are the questions that will help us shape that a little bit. In terms of challenges, one of the main challenges we've had here at the École des Ponts for a long time is that we've been a very well-kept secret. If I had a euro for every time somebody said to me, "What? The École des Ponts has a business school?" I did not know, and so we're trying to make the secret a little bit less secret and get the word out, and this forum is part of that. But this is not the only thing we're doing in order to get that secret, make it a little bit less secret. If the first day here is dedicated to talent management, one of the reasons that it's doing that is that just this year, we've launched, under Martin Callan's direction, a dedicated executive education activity, which is something that we've been in executive education, but we never had a separate activity. And we're trying to take a very innovative approach to training talent in new, original, and maybe unique ways. Some of our MBAs know about that. And this is something that we've kind of code-named Business Unusual. So this is not the place to give you a presentation about that, but just so that you'll know, if you hear us talking about exec ed, and we mention horses, or weightlessness, or evolutionary leadership, or conscious leadership, don't be too surprised. Sophie, I'm warning you. In terms of day 2 of the forum, we're going to be talking about sustainable management and circular economy. here, another extreme coincidence, but just in April this year, we created a Circular Economy Research Center. And those were the 3 European projects that Sophie referred to. But Yorgos Dimitriou of the European Defense Agency, who is Deputy Head of Innovation there, together we've created this center here dedicated to the circular economy. And we're extremely proud to have won these 3 projects. The success rate for these projects, just to give you an idea, is about 5 to 6%. And so if anybody's good at probability to win all 3 is a bit less than 1% chance. Yeah, and we're also playing the Euro Millions, by the way. Otherwise, a lot of the people that you'll see tomorrow are people who are active either in the European projects that we'll be working on, or part of the team, because we've created a consortium in order to do those projects. Day 3 of the forum is dedicated to innovation and technology management. Another crazy coincidence, but over the summer, together with Marcus Esposito, Professor Marcus Esposito, we'll be creating the building blocks for what is the Center for Policy and Competitiveness, in which we're trying to do something actually quite, I think, original. We're trying to look at policy and competitiveness both from the bottom up. That means what are the underlying technologies that are going to be affecting policy and competitiveness, and also the top down in terms of what are the policies that are needed to either promote or hinder innovation, etc. And again, some of the people involved in the CPC, as we call it, will be presenting on day 3, including Marcus Esposito. And over the summer, it was a very busy summer, as you can imagine. We also created our first ever subsidiary, and this was something that we've created in Morocco under the leadership of Younes Sekouri. Thank you, Younes, for being here today. And the idea is a very simple strategy. Simple strategy, more difficult in the execution, but the idea is to integrate kind of a pan-African strategy using Morocco as a hub to promote this, our ideas of executive education, our MBA programs, and also innovation in the public sector, and something that we'll be trying to do. And so basically for the first time, we're kind of taking all of our ideas, our centers, and our energy on the road from Morocco and hopefully to the rest of Africa. And a lot of people here in the room have been central to those efforts, and I thank you very much for that. Another word just on the background, we've created with Professor Modwell, was kind enough to create a background paper for this conference for all those, like most of us, who aren't experts in all of these varied subjects. So it is posted on our website, on the forum's website, and we'll give you the link a little bit later. And he's also assembled a team, which I'd like to thank as well, of rapporteurs among our MBA students who will be taking notes so that we can publish proceedings of the conference. And so the 3 days will be actually published as proceedings, hopefully a month after the close of the conference. So I'll try to conclude a little bit faster than the rest. Many firsts for the business school, 30 years and counting, a Center for Policy and Competitiveness, a Center for Circular Economy Research, a Moroccan subsidiary, questions, not answers, and hopefully an end to stealth mode will be a little bit less of a secret. This forum is the collective efforts of our team. We're actually a very small team. Now we're 2 teams. That is one team, a team of teams with our Moroccans, and I'm really glad that they've all made it here today. But we're only about 10 people, and so that means a lot of people doing a lot of hard work, and so I'd like to thank them. Saman Sabazvetan has been very key to organizing this whole forum. Linda Crofton and many of the people who are actually outside. Hina, who I see in the corner. But I just want to say thank you ahead of time for organizing this wonderful forum. And so thank you. Enjoy the forum. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you all for being here. And now I'll hand off to Martin, who will tell you more about the day.